Welcome back to the show, and now we're getting into a review of White Man Can't Jump. And starting the overview, this was a 1992 sports comedy film written and directed by Ron Shelton, starring Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson as streetball hustlers. It had a budget of $31 million and brought in $90.8 million into the box office and had a 77% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. And looking back at this film, as because we've seen a lot of sports comedy films in the past, this one was just extremely unique because of the chemistry Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson had. Obviously, Rosie Perez in it. It worked. The comedy, everything about it just flowed so well together. Even years later, looking back at it, it works so well as a sports comedy. What's it out to you looking back at it and some of your initial thoughts of this film?
I said this before. Well, after we went to break, it was so low budget.
Yeah.
It was so low budget. But man, what a film, bro. Like Wesley Snipes had the 90s on lock. He was in so many films.
And that was Woody his era. Harrelson,
yes. Oh, before he went for that tax evasion. But Woody Harrelson, man, is another great actor. And this was in a time where he was finding different grooves because he wasn't mostly doing comedy, but I think comedy is his best work. Yeah. Best films was in comedy. He could do those drama films or whatever, but I think comedy is his best one suit. But man, what a film. It's basketball, it's relatable. Hustling, it's relatable. Love, it's relatable. So it was a relatable film. It's easy to watch. You don't need a PhD to watch this film. So
let me analyze this. And like before we get to our first topic, the chemistry, like Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson, they work together so well. Like, do you think that was one of, because obviously there are so many parts that have to work well when you put together a cast like this and a duo like this? Like, do you think that was probably like the first thing the director had to focus on, was like, I gotta find the perfect duo for this movie to really skyrocket and it to stick for the audience?
Yes, because I've read stories about Wesley Snipes not being a real good basketball player. And he was terrible. It was so terrible. At the auditions, but he would play the character so well to a T that they overlooked a lot of stuff. So chemistry definitely played a part, because if he didn't have chemistry with Woody Harrelson or vice versa, I don't think this movie would have worked. And you got that spiciness from Rosie Perez, that spiciness, that man, I am tired of crap. Like, I'm in love with you, but if she added that spiciness, and then Wesley Snipes and Woody just kind of just added that oomph to it to bring those characters' life, and the chemistry definitely played a part. I don't know if they hung out before or after set, but on the screen,
you can tell
they work well together.
Tell.
Yeah,
definitely. And now getting to our first topic, from 1 to 4 stars, what would you give it? What would be your particular rating from 1 to 4 stars, and some of your reasons?
I'll give it like a 2.5, because one, it was low budget. The shots wasn't, even the shooting in the rim. It's a lot of jump cuts in there, a lot of shots I wanted to use. But I think the storyline was relatable. It was easy to watch. He was always glued to the screen. There's a plus there. And I think you have 3 really good actors who, at a young age in the 90s, played
really
these roles.
Good actors, man.
Really good actors.
This is a good trio.
And they brought it together. Obviously, you had some sharks, losing money, hustling, the family aspect, them trying to move out the hood. So it was relatable in a sense, and that's why I'm hustling. This what I'm doing. I'm doing it for my family. I'm doing this for my girl. Pay off this and that. So it was relatable. But other than that, it was, it's one of those films that they didn't think was going to have much impact, but it
did.
Translated. Yes. I don't think they expected this to work.
That's what I was about to ask, because I'm like, I feel as though this was one of those movies where they put it together and were like, all right, it's going to be a nice, cool summer movie.
Right.
We're going to keep it moving. And they're like, wait, y'all like this?
Bro, because they played in a movie together. I don't know if Money Trains came. I think Money Train came after this, because they saw that they had good chemistry. But Money Train and they just added another Latina, which is Jennifer Lopez, which is so funny. He was like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get the two same actors, but instead of Rosie Perez, we're gonna get Jennifer Lopez.
It's hilarious.
Stick to the script. And I like Money Train. Money Train was a good film too. So it was simplistic, bro. It was nothing to this. It was just like, all right, this is what we're doing. Everybody can relate to this. This is what I'm gonna write. And we need some actors to bring it out. Wesley Snipes available. I'm pretty sure he's in between movies. This is like Robert Downey Jr. playing in Tropic Thunder, waiting for Iron Man. This is what this is. And I love Tropic Thunder, even in the blackface and all that stuff, bro. I thought it was extremely funny. And it wasn't, and I'll say this on air and for everybody, it wasn't derogative towards black people. It's a difference when you do blackface to demean a culture, but it was funny. It was a bit. And he didn't say anything that was outside the race. Like it was just like it was in good standing or whatever. It wasn't going demeaning our culture. But yeah, y'all other people's blackface is doing the money and doing the job. Like no, he wasn't doing all that. It was just a voice. I'm the dude disguised as another dude playing another dude. I know who I am. Sure. But yeah, man, I need to go watch that movie. Bro, Jack Black is Jack Black is my spirit animal, bro. He's so funny. I forgot what we were talking.
No, we were literally talking about when a movie takes off. When a movie takes off, that you have no expectations for it to take off, and I think like that's what they were thinking. They were just like, "Look, this is going. This is going to be a typical summer movie." But this trio works so well, and I think like that's what really makes it stand out. For me, I would give it 3 because it does provide a fresh take on the sports comedy, with a clever script and like we said, a charismatic trio of leaders, or a trio of leaders because these 3 just work together so well. But now getting to favorite character, to me, Gloria, she really added a lot to the movie because if it was just a duo, I feel as though it could be more predictable. But adding her presence to the movie and just what she brought along with it, with her personality and everything that was going on with her relationship was very interesting. To you overall, who's your favorite character?
I have to give it to Billy, man. Billy just never figured it out.
Right.
And he was always a nickel short.
Just
and then
short.
The highlight, right? He was always short. Like his highlight moments, and then something will happen.
Right.
And he took it so well. Like in every moment, he took it so well. And then once he finally showed that he could dunk, which is the movie, obviously we knew white men can't jump. Like there's a lot of Caucasians who could dunk. Yeah. But I love it was the hoorah moment for him, and he won. It was an alley hoop at that. And he won the game, won the money, and then she's not even there. She's gone. She's not even there anymore.
When you say she's gone,
that's what Marlon Wayans how he depicts his brothers. Oh, no, my brothers. I got something for you. I'm like, bro, he does not sound like that, bro. Keenan don't sound like that,
man.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, but I mean that part definitely is interesting because, like you said, the ending of it, him kind of having, winning, but just still not really winning because she's not there because so many of these films, like it kind of has an ending that the crowd wants or the audience wants, like, oh yeah, this is the feel. Like, do you think that was another thing that they had to think about, was just like, okay, let's just add like a realistic, like this is not the way people, the audience would want it to be, but this is how it actually would end in reality.
Yeah, it played out. And then, I mean, she even gave him a second chance before the tournament, and she just rollerbladed away. But yeah, man, I thought that was the ending that it needed because he kept getting cut down, even by Sydney. He kept getting cut down. So yeah, his character, and then he took it so well, though. He was a good sport.
Yeah, absolutely. And now getting to most memorable scenes, I had Hustling Raymond, also the store robbery, I'm in the Zone, and then obviously the final scene with that realization of him winning, and then her not being there anymore. To you, like, what were some of the memorable scenes in this one, and just kind of like the main standouts?
Billy, all those obviously, Special Raven. He's like, you know what? He'll poop you. I'm gonna go to my car. I'm gonna get my gun, bro. As soon as he said good, I'm out of there. He don't have to
Man.
turn around. I'm going. But the one of the scenes that really stood out, and this was his like another hurrah moment, was when he was shooting to get Gloria on the show so she can
Oh
play.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a dope. That was really, really dope. And then she was murdering, killing it. She finally got the money, but he just like, bro, Sydney is not good for you. Bro, you had it all. Y'all
Yeah.
got the money. Y'all could pay Westcomb back off. Y'all could ride to the sunset. But it's always a foot where it's not supposed to be. And I think that's another, like, he just made bad choices. He didn't have to. And then Sydney said that, bro. You didn't have to come over here. You didn't have to say yes,
Yeah. That's the
which
thing.
is
Like,
grave.
that's cold.
That's why he wasn't my favorite character. He was a butthole, bro. But I understood it. But dang, bro, come on, man. You couldn't do Buddy like that.
Man, that's so true, definitely. And now getting to our next topic, most memorable quotes I had. Sometimes when you win, you really lose, and sometimes when you lose, you really win. Um, Also, winning or losing is all one or organic mechanism. And then look, man, you can listen to Jimmy, but you can't hear him. There's a difference, man. Just because you're listening to him doesn't mean you're hearing him. And then also, I don't mean to brag, but I'm the greatest. Some of the, in terms of like some of the quotes that were to stand out to you, like which ones do you think were like, some of the most memorable ones?
Uh the one I just mentioned about Sydney talking about, wait a minute, I didn't talk you out of anything. I presented you with an option and you took it. Talking about listen to the woman.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, I tried to listen to the woman, but you told me. Then he was like, no, I gave you an option. Bro, that's so great.
Give you an
Bro,
option.
semantics. And then the other one, you calling me ugly? Your mother did. Like, bro, come on. But that's the character.
Yeah.
They're like brother, like, big brother, little brother. But I think that's what brought more relatability to people from different backgrounds
Mm-hmm.
with the same focus or same objective that become really family. They became
It became,
family in a
oh yeah,
way.
for sure.
They
Yeah.
became family away. And how many times we encounter people that we didn't think was going to be in our lives for long, and we just relate to them. They get on our nerves.
But
We
you
make
can't
bad
leave them.
decisions together. We can't leave them.
Can't leave them.
So that's the relatable part of it. But that was the most memorable quote. I was like, bro, Sydney is so green, bro. How you do that to Buddy? Talking about, whoa, I gave you an option. You took it. You knew he was
You
going to
knew,
take it.
yeah, you knew he was going to take that.
What a friend, right?
Great friend. Moral of
Great
the story.
friend.
And now getting to kind of like what did you like the most about the storyline? For me, like we were just mentioning, how friendships can get like started up in the most random scenarios when you least expect it, and then you're kind of stuck with that person for a long time, and really can't leave that person until you really have no choice, or unless you're pushed kind of to an aggressive decision. But to you, like, what element of this storyline did you kind of like the most?
The relatability for sure. It made sense, trying to get it out of a situation, doing whatever it takes to get out that situation when you're trying to get to buy a house, or trying to make, repay your debt, but putting yourself in a bigger hole, whether it's financially or in a relationship, or whatever the case. It was so much relatability in this film that any viewer can just like grab and gravitate to.
Mhm.
And I think that was like the foundation. Obviously, then you have the friendship, meeting new people. One guy I hustle by the other one, then they become hustling together. It was just like finding a common theme with each character. So I think that was the relatability for the viewer and the characters that was in the film. I think that's what I liked the most about and then it ended with her leaving and choosing herself over Billy. And I thought that was
You
amazing.
know what she said? You know what she really said? Like Kendrick,
What?
I choose me. I'm sorry. She, she
For
was giving us the
sure.
hint. She was giving us the hint of Mr. Morale.
Right. Mr. Morale. Shoot, she did skated off
She
in the
skated off.
sunset.
Tap dance. But before we get to the last to the last topic, obviously we were mentioning before we started this part of the recording. There's going to be a sequel. There's going to be a new sequel. A second White Man Can't Jump. Mr. Jack Harlow himself, Mr. Jackman himself.
Mr.
Call him
Jackman.
Jackman. But also when you look at, because even we had one with Space Jam a few years ago with that sequel, and there's just a lot of times in this era we're having a lot of remakes from classic films that we had in the past. What are your thoughts on when that happens, and also just like what when a remake should happen and when it shouldn't?
It should happen early on, because if a film needs a reboot or a sequel, right?
Yeah.
And we've gotten so many movies like Coming to America 2, have not watched it.
You don't need to.
Space Jam, have not watched it. There's so many other movies that have had reboots or sequels that's just like, bro, why? Like Dodgeball is about to come with another money grab. Bro, don't do it. I probably won't watch it, even though it has the same characters in Dodgeball. I don't know if you ever watched Dodgeball with Ben Stiller. Yeah. They're coming up with another one, and I'm so saying no. Like, some things don't need it. And if you wait 10 plus years to do it, that should tell you a reason why you shouldn't do it. Don't do it.
Hearing that they're trying to make another Heat, and I'm like, please don't ruin my favorite film. Please don't ruin it. I'm not gonna go see that. I'm a rewatch Heat the day that movie comes out, just in opposition of it.
Let's boycott. Let's start a petition. Because what was the other movie? It was with Keanu Reeves in it, and there were surfers who was robbing banks. They did a reboot on that Point Blank or something like that. Did not do well when they did a reboot. They did it like 14 or 15 or whatever year it was.
Y'all better leave those alone. Y'all better leave those
them alone. Let them stay there, because you reboot, it's not going to give us rekindle fire. Like, everybody who watched Coming to America 2 said it's like, why did they do it? Why did they do it? Yeah, no. And this White Man Can't Jump 2 or reboot with Jack Harlow, I don't even know who the black guy is.
Yeah, you couldn't get. I don't know either.
You couldn't get anybody known.
Man,
anybody known?
Just come on, you could have picked somebody else that was known. We didn't have to pick an unknown actor. I mean, Cinqua Walls. Do you know who Cinqua Walls is?
No, bro. That sounds like a carpenter. Like Siku. Yeah, this is my company, Siku Walls. It's a pun on words, bro. It's gonna bust. It's gonna bring in $500,000 in the box office.
Man, watch next. They're gonna do a Lethal Weapon remake. What's going.
Bro, you made stock come out my nose. They better not make no Lethal Weapon. It's 10 of them already. Why would you make a reboot? Bro, if they come out of Lethal Weapon, who would you have playing? You better not know.
Bro, I am done. Man. I am done. They better not do that. Put an end to that now. Put an end to that.
I'm boycotting Heat.
That's the one y'all bet. Oh my goodness, man. Don't ever touch that.
That is liquid gold.
Literally, man.
You can't
even get close to that. You can't even get close to that.
Not even the scene, the diner scene alone, bro. That makes the whole film to me. He was just like nonchalant, like he ain't no bank robber. He's just like,
I'm just having a cup of coffee.
What about you? Like, bro, like, I know you about to rob a bank in about 3 days. I'm just sitting here talking to you like normal.
Man.
Bro, but yeah, these reboots,
sometimes
you gotta end that, bro. You don't need them. Let stuff belong. And I know you could come up with another film. If Fast and Furious,
oh my goodness,
could change storylines every movie. and become superheroes, I know you can think of another movie besides rebooting White Man Can Jump, all these other films that y'all trying to do. And if they did try to do, don't you gotta get the blessings from De Niro
You
them? Like
at least do that. I'm still
Pacino,
not gonna watch
like
it, but at least do that.
I don't think they came. I don't care if they came out of the commercial. Stop the commercial. I know this is not the normal heat, but give it a chance. I'm turning it
Nah,
off right then
nope,
and there.
not doing it. I'm gonna rewatch the old one.
That's crazy. White Man Can't Jump reboot is going to Netflix. Not even Netflix. It's going to Tubi. It's gonna be on Tubi in 2 months.
Man.
It's gonna be on Tubi.
But now getting into our last topic, 10 years from now, if you still think this will be watchable and intriguing, and it is past the test in so many ways, the time mark. This is one that, like we said, I don't think the directors even thought that it was going to be as big as it was, and it really
Mhm.
skyrocketed into its own form in just so many different ways. But to you, like, how do you think this will like age? Just for newer viewers, as we mentioned a lot, and also just as a sports comedy movie, you can watch at any point because, like you said, this isn't a deep film. This is one that you can just really enjoy for 2 hours.
It was so watchable and enjoyable that they want to do a reboot, right? So, and I saw the pictures that Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson took together, and then Wesley Snipes did his own little photo shoot, and it was like talking about what he was wearing. Bro, his fit was fire. He had a bucket hat, normal '90s attire
Such
that's
a
still
'90s feel.
yeah, nostalgic, and it was still going. People were like ripping them, like, bro, nobody wear that no more. So I don't know if this newer one will even resonate to this generation.
Mhm.
I don't think, but I do think if they gave it a shot, like watching it, they will
They
like
would
it
love it.
because it's relatable. It's still relatable to this day.
Yeah.
But that new one,
No remakes. Hey, Full Scope boycotts remakes. We're not gonna review it. Don't even ask us. Don't even ask us.
wait, wait,
We're not
wait, wait.
we're not. Oh, you like remakes? Good
Well, so if it is a good one, if it's
one. Yeah, if it's a good one, because
yeah, if it's not like
I should
20
say
years,
Heat. I should say Heat. We just don't. Yeah, that's the one I should say. I should say Heat.
no, because I will fly to wherever I will boycott it at the set, bro. Megaphone and all.
Yeah. Literally, man. Well, that wraps it up for tonight. I'm your host, Windsor Burns, on my counterpart, Savon Morse. This has been Full Scope. See you later.